Hey, call me Shape, and today I'm reacting to a video titled "Women Are Having Meltdowns Over Trump's New Food Stamps Requirements." Let's get right into it.
That's Donald Trump, man. He ain't right, man. He cut the food stamps off. That was wrong, man. When he cut them food stamps off, I didn't see nobody posting no plates that week. Motherfuckers used to be on there. I got that mashed potato with the rice, with the gravy. They was posting God quotes all that week. This too shall pass.
Pauline, how many children do you have?
3.
You're expecting another one?
Yes.
How old are you?
21.
You have enough children, Pauline?
Yes.
Did anybody ever tell you that?
Yes.
Who else told you that?
Everybody.
So add my voice to the rest of the pack. You have enough children, there are other things to do in your spare time.
Stuff. This is not me, y'all. I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this.
Get your big nasty ass up, go get in the tub. Get in the tub now, right now.
Guys, it looks like the Trump administration has allegedly put a pause on a lot of the EBT SNAP programs, and some states are even changing their policies and recommendations when it comes to who can continue to get these stamps. And we see a whole lot of women who have been taking advantage of this system now for decades, and they are having complete meltdowns about it. Let's get right into it.
For thousands of Metro Atlantans are finding out they are no longer eligible for food stamps. The change affects Cobb, Gwinnett, and Hall counties. Chancellor Sophia Choi is live in Cobb County. And Sophia, this involves able-bodied adults who are now required to go to work.
Got him. Got him.
So Trump ain't playing, y'all. This was effective almost immediately. I got this in the mail. If you're an able-bodied adult without dependents, you need to be working because you will not be receiving food stamps anymore. Okay? Yeah. And when you are eligible to receive these food stamps, it would only be every 3 months out of every 3 years. So within a 3-year period, 36 months, it would only be 9 out of those 36 months. Yeah, get a job.
So I got a letter from the food stamp office, defects, saying they would cut me off if I don't volunteer for 20 hours a week for $292 a month. That breaks down to like $3 an hour. That is insane. Job hunting is a full-time.
I get food stamps. I get WIC. I get state medical insurance. My kids get free lunch. This thing that's happening, is it true? Like, am I gonna have food stamps next month? Are my kids gonna be able to eat lunch after Monday? Am I gonna get WIC next month? Can I fill my prescriptions next week?
You know what's sad about all this is that I've realized, looking at all these women's confessions, that EBT and the welfare system has been supporting women's bad habits, right? You know, I don't know anything about EBT, I won't lie. I've never been on EBT before, I won't even lie to you. I grew up affluent, let me just tell you the truth. So I have no issue against people getting EBT. But it does seem that in a way, right, maybe in an undesirable way, inadvertently, it achieves condoning bad behavior from women, right? Because it's, why aren't you working? Why aren't you actually getting with a man that can provide for you, protect you, and you can actually, live a good life, be free, rather than be living in servitude for a minimum wage job? Because the job that you have, that is kind of like your slave master. You know what I'm saying? I'll be honest with you. And the debt that you have, you got to pay that debt. So as long as you could only earn a small amount of money to pay back all the money you owe, you're going to be in a rat race, And I think this is maybe removing all these entitlements from people's, income, I guess you could say. It might encourage women to do the right thing as far as socially when it comes to dating, right? Actually get with a man that could go 50-50, because that's going to be the new EBT. A man's going to be the new EBT.
Does anyone know what's really going on and like how it's working? Because I know it's supposed to go into effect at like 5 o'clock tonight, but then a judge put the school lunch part off until Monday. But how am I supposed to buy food next month? How am I supposed to buy milk next month? What are my kids gonna eat at school and at home? And how am I supposed to pay for my medication? Any answers would be appreciated.
How many days has it been? 8 days. 8 fucking days, y'all. And I'm tired, honey. I'm tired. I was gonna get on here and just go on a rant, but I was just like, you know what? I'm not even gonna say anything. Now they attacking the food stamps, the government assistance, and all that good stuff. We on day 8, y'all. We on day 8. What's next? It seems like every time I literally roll over, I don't even get the crust out of my eyes yet. I barely be awake, honey. And I literally tap the first app. The first app. It might be IG, it might be over here. And the first thing I see is something else about what Trump is up. Something else he changing. Something else he pausing. Something else he doing away with. And you know what I don't see? What I barely see these days? His supporters rallying and windmilling in the comments. Where y'all at? I ain't heard a peep from you, mother. Hello? So now y'all see it's affecting y'all. Y'all on mute. It's crickets. It's Nathan. And I find it mighty funny.
I don't know if y'all heard or not, but Trump is getting rid of that Section 8 and EBT for these people that don't want to get out here and go to work. Your time is up, baby. Y'all, I know most people like us really not feeling Trump, but I'm kind of feeling him on what he's saying about this. Now, how many of y'all have family members, friends, people you know that's been living off Section 8 for 20 years? They rent $3. They don't go to work. Not that they can't go to work. They don't want to go to work. Now, let me say this on the sidebar. They do have some people that need Section 8. Some people that, you know, medically they can't go to work. Or, you know, they just can't physically. I get it. I'm not talking to y'all. I'm talking to these ones that your mama been on Section 8 all her life, and she ripping and running and doing this and doing that, and then you seen she was on Section 8, paid $3 rent. So now you, as a young girl, because you done got pregnant and you got a baby, you go run out there and get on Section 8, and you ain't working, and you having child after child after child, and y'all all on Section 8 getting food stamps, $1,000 a month. And no, that's all about to stop. That's who I'm talking to. Okay? Trump said that's enough. So for us people that goes to work, that's working, he said you got to have at least 30 hours. Okay? 30 hours a week to qualify for the program. All right? So most of us that work on a regular basis, 30 hours ain't nothing to us. This is what we do. So guess what? We gonna be the ones walking around in the grocery store with the big baskets, because we deserve it. All these years.
Yeah, I didn't realize this, but this actually happened to me the other day. When I was in the grocery store, I seen a lady that I always see, and I was like, she's like, "Oh, you back at the grocery store again?" I'm like, "Yeah, I had to get some stuff." And she was like, "Well, you know, you got all that money." You know what I'm saying? I'm like, "What?" I thought it was so funny she said that, but I guess that's the flex in the grocery store nowadays. Nowadays, a lot of things are costing a lot of money. See, I don't eat eggs, so egg prices don't affect me at all. I'm sorry. I know you probably do eat eggs, so I know you guys are paying like $50 for eggs nowadays. But vegetables have gone up, and I'm paying a little bit more for vegetables and fruits, but I do like to buy a good amount of veggies and fruits. So my bill might come out to $100, $200, and yeah, the government ain't paying for none of that. You know what I'm saying? Your tax money ain't paying for none of that. We are really supporting some of the worst behavior from women, and we're actually manufacturing the worst type of women who are ultimately going to manufacture the worst type of people and are going to destroy the country. So maybe this is a bigger play. Maybe this is a bigger play to, like, you know, get rid of this subculture of people who got by off of the most minimal effort, you know, and everyone else had to work a little harder just to take care of those people. You know, and my personal opinion is, you know, when it comes to happiness and being happy in life, there's three things that's going to really be the elements of it. One is going to be your own fitness, which is like your health, you know, how great you kept your body. Another is going to be your family, right, and friends, like, you know, people that you care about. And the last but not least is going to be your freedom, the ability to be free. If you're living on welfare, you're not free. Yeah, you might not have to work, but you got to live, you know what I'm saying, on the, you know, the bottom of lifestyles. And I guess, for some of y'all look at it like, well, the rent's only $3. Yeah, but you're not really living, you know what I'm saying, the best life you could potentially live, right? You're living at the bottom for free. Like, that's not a flex. I guess it's a flex you don't have to work, but not working doesn't build you as a person. So you're really screwing yourself. You know what I'm saying? You're really screwing yourself. So to me personally, like, as a group, we got to realize that not only do we need each other, we got to work together. And our women got to realize they can't do all this, I don't need a man thing. All that's going away right now. All that's being uprooted right now. All these ideas that, hey, I don't need a man. I got EBT, I got food stamps, I got Section 8. If this is true, all that's going away. And it's going to really force women to really rethink some of their presuppositions.
They've been letting people with no job. They walking around with 2-3 baskets full of groceries, and us hard-working people, we got a little handheld basket with 2-3 items in there, because that's all we have left out of our check. And they sitting around getting fat food, eating lobsters and shrimp and crabs and all this other good food, and we can't even eat that. And we the ones going to work. So I'm glad Trump didn't flip the switch, baby. So all y'all that's living it up right now, that's able-bodied to go to work, and you're choosing not to go to work, you better get ready. Because, baby, y'all finna get them notices. And them notices gonna come soon. And like he said, real quick.
That's right. A able body should be able to work. And I do see a bunch of women on social media, especially on Facebook. A lot of them are living on Section 8. They have been on it for years, some even decades. And we're talking about adults who can actually work. Like, they have no disability or anything. These are young people that actually can go out there and get a job. But the system is enabling these women to not want to go get a job. Why go get a job when you can just live off the money from the welfare system? And I don't know why everyone is blaming Trump for this, but this is a law that's really been in place this whole time. I just think it was never really enforced.
Y'all know Uncle Trump didn't make that law about the food stamps, right? I don't know who needed to hear that. Y'all talking about some Trump said, if you don't work, he gonna take the stamps. That's not, baby. Biden been in office for 4 years, and that law has been a law for a little minute now. What is you talking about? I'm gonna speak for the state of Kansas and state of Missouri, because them are the states that I've been around. In the state of Kansas and in the state of Missouri, if you did not work at least 15 hours a week or have dependents, or like to even get child care, you had to work at least 15 hours. I'm confused, or you had to be going to school. I'm confused on why y'all said Trump just made that a law. That has not just mysteriously just came up as a law. That's been one. Y'all have to stop believing stuff that y'all see on the internet and actually know what you're talking about, because one person can make a video and everybody's going to go wild in it. Just like that video that boy made about the baby daddies being able to carry the child on his taxes. That boy said he made that up and everybody went wild on it. Quit believing that everything you hear on the internet is not true. Trump did not do that. I am not sticking up for Trump. I'm just saying that you have to stop believing everything. And even if he did, where is your faith? You think God ain't gonna have your back? God feed the birds.
To everybody out there who's talking about this is what you voted for when
God feed the birds. No, we feeding the birds too. We feeding all you birds, okay? All of our taxes is going to feeding the birds. And God bless you, okay? I want you birds to eat. But, I think it's ironic that, there's all these different narratives in the news and everyone's saying this person lying, that person lying. The real lie is that we're supposed to live like this. This is the real lie. And I think about this deeply now, because this whole dating thing is surrounded about money and resources and provision and protection. And we're all in this unnatural state, right? It was unnatural for people to have a bag load of groceries and resources for no work, right? That's, again, something for nothing. And I know some women really favor that. I get it. People want to conserve energy, do as little as possible. Again, something for nothing. Something for nothing would be the best deal, but it doesn't really exist, and it can't really exist in any great, grand way, because we know that the law of reciprocity means that, you get what you put out in the world. You know what I'm saying? Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk. I know people hate Elon Musk right now, but these people were able to found great companies, and they're reaping the benefits of it. right? You make an electric car that everyone wants to drive. You read the benefits of it. You make an online store that everyone wants to shop at. Bro, we all love Amazon. I wish Amazon existed when I was a kid. I can't imagine growing up with Amazon. Amazon's great. It's not perfect. You don't buy everything off Amazon, but you can buy a lot of things. So you don't have to go all around the place, and it delivers right to your house. So men that become billionaires and millionaires earn their way. But everyone wants DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. You know what I'm saying? But what it really is diversity, equity, and incompetence. Right? DEI didn't earn it. You feel me? Like, I don't understand why we think that, no woman wants a man to have her without earning it. So why would she want something without earning it in return? This is the part that's very interesting to me. But again, we can't blame these people because they grew up in an environment seeing this. Their mom was on food stamps. Their grandmama was on food stamps. Their family was on food stamps. Their aunts, their uncles were on food stamps. All these people are victims. They're victims. We can't fix them. We can't save them. But hopefully this change of, I guess, statute, local statute, maybe federal statute, would help encourage better behavior. Where people realize, like, whoa, we actually need men. And I think that might be a good thing for the dating market.
For a Republican because you're mad because they're cutting food stamps, I want to let you all know that I am glad that they are cutting food stamps for people who are able-bodied adults without a dependent. If you are an able-bodied adult without any dependents, why is it that you are receiving food stamps in the first place? Why is it that you cannot get up and go to work like everybody else since you are an able-bodied adult without dependents? I'm glad that they're cutting food stamps. Now, I am not someone who thinks that nobody should ever get government assistance. You have fallen on hard times. I think it's fine if you need to get government assistance for a time. But I think there should be a limit to how much government assistance a person receives, especially if that person is an able-bodied adult. I've seen so many people abuse this system. If you are an able-bodied adult, the government is not the one who is responsible for you. You are the one who is responsible for yourself. It is up to you to take care of yourself. Now, if you need food stamps or you need government assistance for a time, maybe you fell on hard times, maybe you got laid off through no fault of your own, and you need government assistance for a time, that's fine. But it's a problem when you try to live on government assistance and make it a lifestyle.
Listen up, y'all. This food stamp situation where food stamps being taken away, when you gave the government permission to feed you, you gave the government permission to starve you. When you start getting those food stamps, it was an opportunity for you to get off your back and go make something of your life so you didn't have to continue to depend on the government and these food stamps. It was not meant for you to stay on your back making babies, being comfortable and complacent.
So they're cutting off food stamps in certain counties in Georgia. I'm happy. They should have been did that, people. I don't understand people's fascination with remaining on welfare and receiving some type of benefits for the rest of their lives. I do not understand that. And people, before y'all jump talking about something, who chooses welfare, who wants to be on welfare. No, a lot of y'all MFers choose welfare. And how do y'all choose it? Y'all choose these Section 8 living situations where you're going to remain in Section 8 and just pay that minimum amount of rent. And a lot of times that rent is based off your income. So you would not try to better your life to move on because you want to stay at this low rent. And people, a lot of times, it's people of color. I'm not going to say just black people, just Hispanics, but people, I know black people my age that's been in Section 8 all their lives. Their kids are in college. And that person is still on Section 8 getting welfare. I blame the Democrats, people. I blame the Democrats because they made it beneficial for the black men to remain out the home. We all know that the black woman couldn't have the black man in the home with the kids. You know what I'm saying? So they made that beneficial for them. And then if you get caught with a man in the house, whatever, he's not on your lease, yada, yada, or you get married, yada, yada, and they find out, that changes your living situation. So that means you might have to end up paying more rent, and God forbid you have to do that. And people, The real estate people, they know you can get a house on Section 8. You can use that Section 8 voucher to help purchase your first time home. But a lot of people don't know that. They're just worrying about that little $80 rent. They don't want to really maximize that benefit. So I feel like, yes, cut the food stamps off. It's not fair that these lazy-ass adults with no children worrying about food stamps. And before y'all say, oh, the cost of living is too high, well, thank the fucking Democrats. When Trump comes...
Yo, I like her, yo. I like her, yo. Beautiful hair, beautiful woman. And she's spitting facts. She's spitting facts. You know, able-bodied people. Look, if you're going to... I'm all for taking advantage of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep it real, John. I'm all for taking advantage of stuff, right? But get yourself in a better situation. What happened to mobility? What happened to mobility? I've realized, you know, people don't actually want to be rich. People just want to look rich. People don't actually want to be rich. People are willing to live in the projects so long as they look rich. I'm telling you. They're happy with that, you know, and I'm not saying they should be, but they are. You know, we like luxurious stuff. We're consumers. But to me, to get money, you know, people always say, like, hey, can money buy happiness? Can money buy happiness? You know, and I'm like, depends what you buy with it. You know what I'm saying? If you buy stuff with your money, yeah, that might not make you happy. If you buy stuff, right? But what about if you buy your freedom? Right? Would freedom make you happy? Absolutely. Financial freedom make you happy? Freedom to travel? Freedom to purchase any car you want? Freedom to live in any home you want? Have as many homes as you want? And if you really want to be bachelor, have as many wives as you want? Yeah, that's freedom, right? Not every man wants that freedom. Some men want to be in monogamy relationships. I get it. My purple pill brothers, as AMS would say, y'all want to be in relationships even though you know the game. My thoughts are, you know, that's okay. But the major freedom is multiple wives. I'm just telling the truth, right? So to me, if you spend your money on stuff, Louis Vuitton, purses, bags and stuff, that, by the way, there's a report that came out that said every Louis Vuitton bag that costs like $4,000 or $5,000 that in the store really only costs $78 to make. So, you know what I'm saying? We being bamboozled. You know, and listen, I like luxurious stuff too. You know, I got a Movada watch on. I'm sure I might have paid more than how much it costs, but maybe not by that much. Like, this is actually a pretty good watch, right? The bezel on this watch, like, is anti-scratch. Like, the glass never... I be lifting weights with this. Real talk. I be kettlebell swinging the kettlebell, hit the watch. Don't scratch, don't break. You know what I'm saying? They put, you know what I'm saying, and it's dipped in PVD. You know what I'm saying? So that's a, you know, this actually would never tarnish. You know, so it's actually a pretty good watch. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, you know. And I want a Rollie next. You're going to see me with a Rollie next, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have that nice little Rollie. But my point is, like, you know, if I could buy the Rollie, trust me, I could buy way more than that, right? I'm not gonna let my lifestyle creep up to the point where I'm broke. If you make $100,000 a year, but you spend $150,000 a year, you're broke, right? You gotta live below your means, no matter how much money you make, to keep it real with you. But the problem is, people think below, meaning that they never get anywhere in life, right? They're like, nah, man, I want a nicer car, I want nice things. Yeah, you can have nicer things, but that means expand your means, get in a better situation. You know, Section 8 for 20 years, people they severely underestimate what you're capable of. America is the easiest country in the world to become rich. That's why I decided that I'm going to do it. I'm going to keep it real with you. Why'd I get on YouTube? Why I became a content creator? I've realized that this was a pretty, you know, straightforward route to becoming a millionaire. Might as well try it, right? I know I told my ish. I'm American. I'm black. You know what I'm saying? I got that swagger. I can talk that alpha masculine shit. You know what I'm saying? It ain't hard. You know what I'm saying? Especially because I really lived it. I'm really a dude that got girls without money. I've never made more than $50,000 a year. I'm going to make more than $50,000 this year. But I've never really made more than $50,000 a year. And I've always was able to date the women I've been attracted to. Okay? So a lot of these dudes, you know what I'm saying? The fresh and fit dudes, a lot of these dudes never got girls prior to money. And it shows. You feel me? It shows. You feel me? Because, you know, usually when you get money and fame, you can get any girl you want. But these dudes are famous and they still can't get any girl they want. That's wild to me, yo. That is just wild to me, yo. We know girls are hypergamous. They talk about girls being hypergamous, but even these dudes are got to be on sugar baby sites and shit like that, sugar daddy sites. Crazy. Anyway, my whole point about it is, you know, we need to realize that your life is your choice. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to do with your life, it's up to you. But to feel like you're stuck, like you have to be on EBT, you have to be on food stamps, you have to be on Section 8, I mean, that might be the play for 1 year, but evolve past that. You know what I'm saying? To get stuck there, you know what I'm saying? You think you hustle in the system hustled you. They sold you a dream, right? They paid for you to put a cap on your life. You know what I'm saying? They sold you a glass ceiling. I want to expand my capacity so I can make more money, you know what I'm saying? Earn a better living for myself. And I'll provide value for that. But in turn, you know what I'm saying? I could purchase more freedom. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, if you want happiness, to me, it's going to come down to your fitness, your family, and your freedom. Right? Those 3 things. Major things. If you have those things, you know what I'm saying? Family includes loved ones, your social life. You have those things. You have a good social life. You know, say you're fit, you're healthy, and you have freedom. Freedom to live where you want to live, buy what you want to buy, eat what you want to eat, drink what you want to drink. It feels good. I love being able to go out to eat and not having to look at the bill like, oh man, how much is this? I love being able to just hand my card knowing it's going to say approved. You feel me? I remember the times when like you had to constantly look at your bank account, make sure there's enough money before you buy something. I remember times like that. That ain't no good. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to always have times like that if you're living off the government. You know what I'm saying? Y'all going to always have times like that if you're living off the government. Get wise, ladies. If you 35 plus and you don't got a man, you know what I'm saying? And you think that because you're not on EBT, you're not on Section 8, you ahead of the game? No. Okay? You're not. Not necessarily. Okay? You still need to be protected out here. You feel me? So, and listen, I get it. A lot of y'all stubborn. Y'all boss babes. Y'all do what y'all want. I've dealt with y'all. I've seen y'all before. I get it. You know what I'm saying? In my mind, you know, you're choosing a lifestyle of solitude. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be by yourself for the rest of your life. And I don't see why. There's women that are less attractive than this beautiful woman right here that's getting married, having kids, being protected by men. And then you have all these boss babes that are beautiful on the opposite spectrum. You know what I'm saying? They can't get a man. You know what I'm saying? Famous women with money that got to pay a sperm bank for sperm so they can become a single mom by choice. This is a real thing. Anyway, it's a lot to talk about here. Anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel blowing up. I appreciate you guys. Check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you over there.